A beautiful evening right here in the beautiful University of Wits, and we are broadcasting live at the Wits Rugby Stadium. It is currently 16 degrees Celsius, and it is a fixture that will bring a lot of flair, dynamics and physicality, and it's the 17th of May 2024 at 9 p.m. with a major fixture that will be coming up. It is the home base side of Wits that will be playing against Wanderers Rugby Club, and we are in for a sensational night of fantastic rugby, just like Chris Brown would mention it. And looking at the most amazing log at the moment, we are looking at Wanderers. They are currently sitting third on the log. We're just playing 4 fixtures and a fantastic 3 wins coming through. We're just 1 loss with a great, comfortable point division of 14. And basically with the home base side, they are currently sitting 6th on the log with just 3 playing fixtures and 1 win and 2 losses. Looking at the Casalaga Pirates Grand Challenge fixtures for round 5, Wits will be playing with Wanderers today, and this is where we are basically broadcasting live for this amazing fixture, but not taking away from the other fixtures as well. We've had Rudapot. They'll be playing against Raiders. That's also going to be quite an interesting encounter between the two sides. Raiders will be hoping to also come back into this clash with round 5, and Rudapot as well. They'll be hoping to come through after their massive defeat when they were playing against Wanderers. They went down on a 60-24 defeat on that fixture. And Randfontein will also be hoping to come back through. They'll be playing against Alberton as well, and the Northwest University, they'll be playing against Pirate on Saturday on the 18th of May, and I'll be coming right here on our YouTube channel on the Casalaga Pirates Grand Challenge. And this is such a beautiful evening to be out here on the playing field. We've got quite an interesting night in store for all of us, even as you're watching from home and also watching from the amazing broadcasting channel that we are going through. Earlier on, we had the opportunity just to check in with the coaches and also the players, and this is what they had to say regarding this encounter. Ntapo, welcome once again. Looking at last week's fixture versus Randfontein, what could we expect that's slightly different moving into this fixture for today?
I think a few of the things that we've targeted, we're speaking this whole week, we've been speaking a lot about our physicality. That's something in this league with open clubs you definitely have to stand up to. So if we can make sure that we manage the physical battle, and then outside of that, we need to be able to execute as well. So when we do have our opportunities, we need to make sure that we take them. So that's basically what we're looking to do. We're not looking to change too much. We need to get stuck in though.
Neil Khalifa, your side is really synchronizing well, and you're currently placed 3rd on the log. A very completely different structure. What have you done that's really different, because your team is really working well and synchronizing really well? So what have you done that's different this year?
Look, there's a couple of things that have to be the norm. So the norm is just creating the right environment, getting the brotherhood back. Those kind of little things create bigger results at the end. The difference has been just working from top to bottom. So bringing the bottom up and then pushing the top down, basically.
Mukwena, coming into this week's fixture, I'm sure you guys put in a lot of work regarding your preparation since you went down on a major defeat last week. What could we be expecting for this encounter that's probably different from the last fixture?
Yeah, obviously it goes without saying that we're a bit disappointed about the last result. But I mean, I think the past 2 weeks we've actually trained very hard, having a bye last week, so we just took the week to reflect on what we could improve, and then we had a tough week of training, and we know the clubs around Joburg offer a lot of physicality. And so we have to play a lot faster, tempo. So that's what we've been working on the whole week. And this week we're just gonna try to pick up the pace of the game, so hopefully they don't keep up with us.
Zulu, coming into this fixture, I'm sure you're full of confidence. You guys really put in a fantastic show against Rudapot. Is that something you might be expecting for today as well? An easy flying through in terms of the results later on?
Geez, you say easy so easily. But no, man, every game poses its own challenges. It's going to be a tough one, just like Rudaport was. It's just all about staying in it until the end, you know. The discipline is in concentrating on what we need to do in the game and doing our best.
Nhlapo, welcome once again. Looking at last week's fixture versus Randfontein, what could we expect? It is the Castle Lager Pirates Grand Challenge. And as we all know, the key thing it is that it all comes together with a castle. And tonight's going to be quite an amazing night of smiles galore. And as we all know, it's hashtag Count on Castle. You can always count on Castle Lager to bring you the action, the vibe, and also the care for the community at large. I mean, you're looking at how Castle has come through within the sporting code of rugby within South Africa. We've seen it start all the way from the top with the Springboks, fiddling down into the clubs, and now also we're seeing it here as they're actually sponsoring this fantastic Pirates Challenge. It is the Castle Lager Pirates Challenge, and also it is also happening with the Carlton Cup in Pretoria and also the Moore and Murray Cup in KwaZulu-Natal. But also not taking away from also our other sponsors, we've got BestMed, and they are also sponsoring our referees for this encounter. And the men that will be entrusted with the whistle for this encounter, you will see them later on, kitted out by BestMed, will be Penyo Makakula with his assistant referee number 1, Mr. Williams, and also assistant referee number 2, Leba King. And the moment that we've all been waiting for, it is the battle of David and Goliath, as they would say. Some people still wonder how David was actually able to dominate and defeat Goliath. This is the question that we're all probably wondering for this encounter tonight. Will the University of Wits be able to take over this Goliath? And their Goliath at the moment will be Wanderers, as they're coming in very strong for this encounter. They're currently placed 3rd on the actual log, and this is a club that is currently based in Nilovo, all the way in Sandton. They have a rich history dating it all the way back to 1887. And I mean, it's such a fantastic structure coming through the head coach, Neil Khalife. You can actually see the great deal of work and effort that is put through the ranks with the likes of Motusi, the 21-year-old who's coming through the ranks. He is such a pivotal player and a great asset. They'll be bringing in a bit more flair, speed, but most importantly, a little bit of sauce. And as we all know, it's basically all coming together for this Wanderers side. They'll be the away team. They'll be coming through. They have the likes of Jake Glass, the former Kes player. He's quite a dynamic tight head who will be coming through as well with a bit more physicality. We all know he loves to carry. And most importantly, his dual team members who will be with him in the front row. He's got the likes of Michael Mkize, the man hailing all the way back in KwaZulu-Natal with Bali Mfenyana. He's also quite an interesting player to be on the lookout for. But as you can see, it is currently 16 degrees Celsius with a slight wind just moving towards the north side into the west as well. And the fans are out in the numbers, and this is what you can expect as you are tuned in at home, and also the supporters who have come out here in the numbers to support the boys. It's really going to be fantastic to actually see what they have in store for us tonight. And one of the most amazing news is, as the away side will be coming through, they are being led by the captain, fantastic. He is the one and only Ngubeko Zulu. He is the former Bulls player who also played for the Varsity Cup side as well. He'll also be an important player to look out for within this encounter. He also has the likes of Chris Moore. He's also going to be quite an asset to the side, and not taking away from the home base side. They'll be coming out in the numbers right now. The likes of Sechaba Mukwena. He is captain, fantastic. We saw him earlier speaking about the structure, emphasizing the dynamic of the team, and they are hoping to not go down without a fight. They'll be hosting this encounter, and as the host, one of the key things that we're hoping for is that they'll be able to gel together, bring the synergy, bring the physicality, but most importantly, there's one key thing that they will be looking for, and that is to seal a victory. And as we're about to start this encounter, the key question is, as you're watching from home, who is your money on for this Castle Lager Paris Rugby Challenge for this fixture? It is Wanderers, nominally called the Chiefs. They'll be playing against the University of Wits. And the key question is, as we're about to get over this encounter, who do you think will walk away as the victors? And we are underway with Wits playing with the traditional blue, yellow, and white. They'll be playing from the left-hand side of your screen to the right, with the visitors playing from the right-hand side of the screen to the left. It is currently Brett Crow who's looking for that gap. And it's finally finding synergy. It's given to Mukwena. Scans. Fantastic. Seems like at the moment they're playing paddle. I wouldn't necessarily call it tennis. It's currently paddle. We are in Johannesburg, and so that's the key sports that a lot of people seem to like to play at this moment. Now Wits brings it in again, but no is the call from the referee, Mr. Makakula. It is scrum time. Line out, my apologies. And for the first line out, it will be quite interesting to see the dynamic trios of the likes of Ferreira, Van Freden, who will be going against De Jesus and C. And there is Mkize. Fantastic feed there by Mkize. Now Sokligwa. Great long ball there. Fantastic hard running there from Mazibugo. Was looking for a partner into no man's land was Mazibugo. Picked up once again by Wanderers. Fantastic start there, putting up the pressure and the heat by Wanderers. But what a start from the visitors. They are hoping to bring on the heat, as now they have the first scrum. And it was Sipiwe Mazibugo, the 7th Rhino player. He is coming into the ranks and is fitting into the structure perfectly. And as we move into our first scrum, it will be Kwitonda, the tight head, who will be going against Mpenyana. And Glass versus Shongwe. And Delgan Mwese, he will be going against Michael Mkize. And the feed comes out by Okamp. Patterson looks to exit, finds the touch. And he'll be happy to alleviate the pressure there for his vert side. It's quite a good start for the visitors. They're hoping to turn up the heat and probably get the home base supporters to be silenced in the first 5 minutes of this encounter. And it seems like Makakula would have to just hold 10 for a minute, as one of the Wanderers players just receiving some medical attention. It is Michael Mkize. It's just on your far end of the screen on the left-hand side. There's going to be quite exciting campaigns that will be happening later on. In case you're tuning in for the first time at the Castle Lager Pirates Rugby Challenge, there's also one really key activation that generally happens at the halftime segment, where it's basically the Castle Lager Kick for a Case Challenge. And if you got your kicking boots here tonight, you might just be lucky enough to be called out for the kicking challenge. And basically how it works is you have to try and literally drop the ball into the goal, and you might just win yourself an entire case of the Castle Lager. And it seems like the Wits player at the moment, Shongwe, just receiving some medical attention. the man who's currently studying a Bachelor of Art in Psychology and a former JP boy. It's great to see him back on his feet. The man whom they call Sbu. Great feed by Mkhize. It seems like it's turned over here by Wits. Orkamp plays it short for Ferreira. Was kicking off his campaign there to George Davenish. And Wanderers will be happy with that one, with that knock coming through there. But great precise passing, playing it short, playing it neatly. And really tidy there by George Davenish. Just unfortunate that the call from the referee was a knock-on. This will be now the second scrum. And we saw the contest earlier on from the likes of Mkhize going against Mwese. And the battle of Chris Moore and Lindokuhle Musane will be another battle to look out for within this encounter. And the rush scrum once again. The referee Makakula just re-emphasizing binding procedure there to Michael Mkhize. This will probably be the last talking to for the front row. It's really not a great start from a scrum's point of view. Should the referee Makakula not be happy with the binding and the engagement from the front row from the both sides, we might get to see a lot of penalties. They'll be awarded. And there you have it, the first penalty, just as mentioned earlier, and it seems like Michael Mkhize has won the first battle. It's going to be a very interesting battle between Doggin, as I mentioned earlier, versus Michael. If you look at Doggin's weight, he actually carries 108 in terms of kg, whereas Michael Mkhize is sitting comfortably at about 115, so there's a massive size difference. But also experience is coming at play here. And it's really going to be important for this Wits side to try and compose themselves a bit more in terms of engagement. Should they be able to capitalize from a scrum's point of view? Another great feed there to Zulu. Now Sokuigwa was hoping to get that ball. Orkamp has turned it over. Fantastic work here by Wits. Trying to turn up the heat there was Wits, but it seems like Mazibuko had a hand into that ball. It's an easy knock on. But once again, great start there by the Kiwa brothers. It's going to be quite an interesting one to see once they get the ship moving. It is Kevon and Keith, the two brothers, who will actually be partnering with Liema. As we all know, Liema is a hard runner. He likes to cause the chaos, especially at breakdown. The man who's currently studying a Bachelor of Law and a former great college, high school player. They call him Feki, like the likes of Malaika. And now the turnover was being contested there, but Wits has retained the ball. Currently in a bit more trouble. They're playing in the red zone. Is the Wits side. Okamp seeking for assistance, and he finally gets it by the referee. A rather tense start for this Wits side. They've been quite under a bit of pressure in the first 6 minutes of this encounter. They need to calm down a bit more, play to their structure. We've seen the likes of Desmond Pedersen, how he's come through the ranks, his style of play, his vision, and also his precision. He's going to be quite an interesting player to look out for as well. He's also another great player who's come through the ranks. Now Deegan, fantastic feed there. Now Musane. Little pop ball there. With Wits moving again with another penalty. Great off the ball movement by Musane, who's enabled this Wits side once again to get a bit more meters. And Desmond Peterson opting for another line out. They're within the 22-meter. And Dargan will be hoping now to utilize this ball, setting up his structure. Now the ball's lost in contact. It is a turnover ball from Wanderers. Now they're trying to get the ship moving, changing options. Mkize, fantastic style of play here, but into no man's land is Motusi. He was such a great player to watch in the last fixture. Was actually named man of the match, and he'll be hoping to get these Wits supporters on a silent retreat. But it's just unfortunate in that case, was not able to do so. Great synchronization here from Wits. Into a bit more trouble here is George Devenish. Okamp playing it short to the line of Menkes coming through. Now great ball distribution here. It is Keith. Now great line coming through from Wits. Finds a heavy load of traffic there is Tewa. Now great ball movement and precision. Shongwe trying to bring in the roadblocks now is this Wits side. Kwitonda. Great off the ball movement. Feeding it to Captain Fantastic Mukwena. What a block there from Soso. And this is what you can expect at the Castle Lager Pirates Rugby Challenge. Great quick tap movement. Now the ball's moving to Holmes. Now Wits, just a bit too rushed there in terms of style of play. The ball is turned over. Wanderers have finally found their voice. Now Tainter Bond trying to be quite sneaky there. It's an easy ball for Okamp. And the ball will be brought back. Rather rush style of play there by Wits. They had all the time in the world, was Okamp. And he opted for a quick tap and did not work in his favor. But still at the moment, he'll be happy for that ball retention. And for the first time, it seems like the Wanderers Rugby Club might be found wanting. Sokligwa, the former SA Schools player, the man who was born and raised in Eastern Cape, Emalaleni, is what they'll even say. He'll be hoping to get out of the red zone. Another better scrum once again from Wits, trying to get that ball out. Soso gets the ball. Fantastic evasion there by Soklikwa. Now quick pick and go by Kachese Nti. Great to see him moving phase to phase. is this Wanderers side. Sokriwa playing it short again. It is Mfenyana. Now setting up their faces here. Moving finally to the back line. Here's a miss. Wits was not able to capitalize on that fumble, but nonetheless, they still have the ball turned over for another scrum. It is a very difficult start for both sides. We're all pretty much wondering who might score the first try or the first point. Both sides are really hungry, like the hungry lion. But at the moment, the key question is, will the visitors be able to put their foot down and set base at the Wits territory? Or will the home side be able to get the white, yellow and blue machine moving uphill towards the try line? Wits really has been working on their structure, especially coming through the Varsity Cup in 2024. The men have played 7 fixtures in total, won 2, and actually lost 4. They're also coming from a major defeat from Randfontein. Now quick ball by Okamp again. Who'll be hoping that his side will be able to redeem themselves, but not happening this time around. Once again, Wits rushing the ball, fumbling the ball when it comes to contact, and this might really cost them in the broader fixture if they're not able to calm down and play to their structure. Another fumble there by Wits. It is a clear one. Well, for a moment, was probably wondering where he was. We are still at the Castle Lager Pirates Rugby Challenge, where everything is coming together. And it seems like it's all coming together for this Wanderers club. They're nicknamed the Chiefs. We are not talking about Kaizer Chiefs. We're talking about Chiefs as the Wanderers Rugby Club. And interestingly enough, they actually win quite a lot of fixtures. And they'll be hoping to get this line out going. It's an easy ball, fumbled by Glass. I think unfortunately the light reflection just glassed into his eyes and he couldn't see that ball with that fumble. But they'll still be hoping to utilize the scrum. We've seen the likes of Michael Mkhize earlier on, who has a great deal of experience. A man who also played for the Sharks junior side. He'll be hoping to put his foot down again and probably win another penalty for his side, as he's going up the former Maritzburg College man, Dogan Mues. Stable scrum picked up by Nusane. Great evasion skills by Nuswane. Now Wits looking at exiting. And a fantastic exit out into the few meters close towards the halfway line. And as you can see, the head coach of Wanderers, Neil Khalife, really considering his structure. One thing they specialize in is their phase play. They generally play 2 or 3 phases and let the ball do the work to the likes of Masibugo and Engworth. Great sucking into the line out there by Nzi. Balls out. Chaband runs into a heavy load of traffic Soso turns back to Mkize. Big boy carry by Mkize. Found wanting, but still they have the penalty advantage. And this is what we would expect from this Wanderers club. You saw them earlier. They played one phase on the left-hand side, decided Sokligwa to go for the right-hand side. And once again, it has worked in their favor. And we get to see the first attempt for goals. It will be the former Diggers player, Brett Crow. Was rather going for an optimistic kick for the Poles. The height is there, and it's over. And there you have it. The first few points onto the scoreboard, and it is the Wayside who has opened up the campaign, and it is the man with a lot of skill and quite a gifted right foot, Brett Crow. As you can see, he had all the time in the world to execute a fantastic kick that has opened up his side, his campaign. Now Wits hoping to respond quickly. Ball carried by Wits, just a few meters short, he gets it. Fantastic try by Elisha Kwitonda. Response, and cha-cha-cha is the key word by Elisha Kwitonda. Look at that face play coming through Ocamp. Great evasion by Kwitonda. And he had all the time in the world to dance to his own tune. And it all comes together with the Castle Lager. And that is the opener for the home base side. And great synergy. And the fans are happy. And they're finally seeing the light as Desmond Peterson is seeking to convert, and he does so brilliantly. And there you have it. The first try of this encounter. And it is a fixture that is starting to taste really good. And we're all just wondering at the moment who wants it the most. The likes of Mubego Zulu, the captain, fantastic for the Wanderers side, might have to have a talking to his men were dressed in black and gold, and the fumble at the back. Easy ball! Yes, he gets it! It is the one and only Motusi Malebe. This encounter is literally making us all sit at the edge of our seat. For a moment, I was hoping to do a bit more backflips, but once again, as we all know, my body weight cannot allow me to do so. And look at the fumble from the kickoff. Fantastic kick there by Brett Crow. And it was such an unfortunate miss there by Nusane that enabled the Spitzer, the young man Motusi, only 21 years old. He's definitely putting his foot down. And what a great response for the Wanderers side. Now, I'm absolutely certain that as you're watching this encounter, even your blood pressure is probably up at the moment, because we all do not know where this encounter will go. But Brett also thought he knew where this conversion was going to go, but unfortunately he wasn't able to convert that one. But nonetheless, the scores and the points are moving uphill, and this is what we would like to see. Patterson at the restart. Ball is nice and high, contested backwards. Nearly fumbled. Fantastic teamwork coming through by Dustin Holmes, who's been a silent assassin, but we all know he's one player that you shouldn't take for granted. He'll produce spectacular work. The former St. John's College man, they call him Dusty. Just 75 kilograms is Dusty Holmes. And as we all know, give him the ball, he'll show you flames. Unfortunately, at that point, there was no flames he was actually going to put up. Sokligwa hoping to win this ball again. He has the likes of Angworth, who's waiting for the ball. Finally, the ball's out. Great feed to Mazibugo. Fantastic ball. It's a turnover ball here by Wits. Great stepping in and out, dancing to his own rhythm. Is the one and only Liam Mosholweni. Big boy head coming through there by Sondiela. This encounter's really getting physical. And it's anyone's game at the moment. Now Ocam spreading the ball really well. Once again to Liam. Now Ferreira. Nice straight line coming through there by Ferreira. Changing direction as Wits was struggling to utilize their ball, but it's a quick tap and go by Ocamp again. Fantastic carry there by Ocamp. Was load shedding for a minute by Malebe, who was able to get up and take that ball himself, is Malebe. That ball is going to be poured all the way. Seems like there's a bit of confusion by the assistant referee, Mr. Williams and Makakula. And as you can see, Sechaba Mukwena, the captain from Wits, just having a few words there for the referee. One thing we can really comment on is the level of respect, order and structure from both these two sides. We have one of the best referees here within the ranks of the association. A man who's able to handle himself really well. But it seems like Tain Chabant is currently being pulled out of this encounter just to receive some medical attention. No wonder is still hoping to hold on to the ball. And it's a turnover ball for Wits. Ocam plays it short to the ever so dynamic Ferreira. Plays it long now, utilizing Captain Almighty Mukwena. Great evasion skills by Mukwena. He's still moving. This is fantastic ball distribution here. Great line coming through to the Pisti Shongwe. Lights off by Shongwe. Now Wits has a two-man overlap. This encounter is really getting physical, dynamic, and the key word here is, can you handle the heat? And the Wanderers side, who have been practicing and building up towards this encounter, they know all about the physicality of this encounter. The ball was hoping to be exited, but it's an easy ball again. Wits recycles to Mukwena, looks for Kiwa. Evades one, evades two. Evades 3. He's still going, is Kiwa. Now Ocamp finding himself in a bit more trouble. Mokoena goosing himself. Oh, what a ball coming through by Mokoena. The ball coming through, and it's a forward pass by the referee. And boy, oh boy, what a treat we have in store for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Not only do we have a starter that we have prepared, we also have a main course and a doggy bag for you in terms of dessert. The ingredients of this encounter is coming through well, and the smell, I'm hoping at home you're feeling it, you're smelling it, because this is a mouth-watering encounter. And earlier on we saw Tain Chabant just heading out to receive some medical attention. It seems like Soso Sokigwa has moved into the fly half position with the new man Harty, the former Jeppy man. He is coming through at scrum half. First feed, gets it, sneaky little pass to Sokiwa. Evades to Mazibugo, who knocks the ball forward. A bit too tight there by Mazibugo, a former Rhinos player. He's actually a sevens player who's coming through the ranks. He's Mazibugo. If anyone were to describe him, translated from isiZulu, they call him the bus that holds all the money. And we really wonder what currency does he have in store for us today. It just seems at the moment he's still trying to find his feet. 2 knock-ons, and we all know as soon as he gets the ball, the level of drama that might just come from that will shock all of us. Ocamp feeds it to the left. Another great evasion. Matolweni gets it through. Kiwa gets it. Once again, precise synergy from this Wits side that was able to seal another fantastic try. Look at the build-up there from Ocamp, opting to go to the left-hand side. Once again, Patterson is the man who feeds the ball to Kiwa and Matolweni. And Kiwa were able to collaborate together, and the synergy to finish that well-fixed try was finally rewarded. And he's definitely one of those key players to look out for. And a name worth remembering is the outside center, Liema Matolweni, a man who's currently studying a Bachelor of Law. They call him Fegi. Not Fegi, but they call him Fegi. And the conversion is missed. But nonetheless, great work by this Wits side. We were all asking ourselves, who will win this battle between David and Goliath? And it seems like the Goliath at the moment, in terms of a figure of speech, is this Chief side, who are known to be really strong. Strong ball carriers are hoping to respond with this ball. It's an easy one for Patterson, who is stepping in and out. And Wits will be hoping to get out of the red zone, playing it short. Fantastic line now, coming through on the left-hand side. It is Liema again, fantastic feed to Mokoena Sechaba. Wits is really setting up the heat here. They are too comfortable with the ball. It seems like they might just be working together on a daily basis. their passing movement, whether to the right or to the left, looking for those critical gaps. The synergy of the play, the communication coming through is a true reflection of a team that has been spending a lot of time together. And another great feed, but turned over. Patterson plays it long to Ferreira. Another ball played short. Mokoena comes into contact with Mutusi. Great recycling by Menkes. He's been quite an asset to the phase structures. Another great passing movement here. Solid defense coming through from Wanderers again. And it's an easy turnover ball. And great work at breakdown coming through from Mazibuko. A man who was able to turn that ball over. It seems like the men from Ilovo and Santon are currently struggling to maintain possession as the home base side is turning up the volume and turning up the heat on the stove. And they're really trying to cook something. Now Mkhize, who's been rather silent in the last few minutes, fumbles the ball again. And it's a turnover ball for the home base side. They've been eager to put their foot down. They've been communicating. They've been showing up at breakdowns, but most importantly, they're utilizing their strengths. We're all wondering as we were building up towards this encounter if Wanderers was going to be able to keep up to the pace and the flair of this Wits backline. And at the moment, we're still sifting. But from a sifting's point of view, the men from Wits have not been found wanting. Better set coming through now from both the two sides. Wits Chahana maintain it. Coming through, fumble. Sokligwa. Great work at breakdown by Sokligwa. He's able his side to turn over the ball. Dancing to his own rhythm is JJ, is what they call him. Mushwana is the surname. The former UJ player was hoping to move uphill, but it seems like the uphill moving towards Wits is a bit of a steep one as he ran into some heavy traffic. And in case you've missed it, the Castle Lager Pirates Rugby Challenge has now managed to partner with one of the most amazing rugby companies within South Africa. We're proud to announce that Gilbert, South Africa, has joined forces with the Castle Lager Pirates Challenge, and they'll be sponsoring the balls for the fixtures. And now Mazibuko, cutting infield is Mazibuko. Will he get it? Running, Ringa Rosie is Mazibuko. Was hoping to dance a little bit of salsa there, but unfortunately found wanting. They still have the ball in hand and have a penalty advantage here. Are the men from Wanderers. Great line break by Mazibugo. That is set aside to be able to just be 2 meters from the 5-meter line. They'll be hoping to utilize this ball, whether for a line out or use the dynamic and strong and powerful front row from a scrum's point of view. They've opted to do what they know best, and they'll be hoping the likes of Chris Moore. We all know that Chris Moore loves to carry the ball, a former St. David's boy. He has another opportunity to pick and go, and this is exactly what he decides to do, but fantastic work by Orkamp. And notice as the referee came in from the side, you already knew that Chris Moore was coming his way. No Wanderers has an opportunity to cut down the deficits. They just need another try and to convert it to be able to go into the halftime break as those who will be in the front. Harty feeds it in again. And it seems like the referee, Makakula, has stopped that scrum again from a 360-degree turn. He wants it to be retaken. Another opportunity for the Chiefs to silence the home base supporters who are now flooding into the stadium in numbers. Now Harty takes it himself. Fantastic evasion there, coming through. Just a meter short was Aingworth. Now Harty opting to go to the left-hand side. Ball's knocked forward. Backwards is a key call. Mkhize. Now Malebe running around in circles is Malebe. Looking for that gap, but unfortunately not finding it. Now Harty opting to go for a crisp ball there coming through. I wonder is just a meter short. Working really hard. Get off the ball movement coming through there by Day Jesus. And it's a loose ball, and Wits will be happy. Great work from a defensive point of view. Keeping it tight, keeping it composed, and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the end of the first half of the Casalaga Pirates Rugby Challenge. It is the home base side who are currently in the lead with just 12 points, and Wanderers who are just slightly behind with just 8 points. And this is where we ended for the first half. Please stay tuned for the upcoming second half. That will be coming back shortly. It's 16 degrees, and this is the place where dreams were actually shattered before, and dreams were also made. And we are still at the fantastic, beautiful, immaculate stadium at the Wits University, and it's still the Castle Pirates Rugby Challenge. And this is the second half that we are getting ready for. And in the first half, it was quite a nail-biting encounter once again between David and Goliath. But it seems at the moment that David might just be winning this campaign, but it's still just a 4-point difference between the two sides. And it is still the University of Wits who are showcasing some crisp rugby coming through, like the light of Patterson, Kiwa, Matoweni, and Holmes. And with the visitors who are now getting us underway for the second half. No, Ocamp looking for a gap. And a fantastic kick out into touch there by Ocamp. It's going to be a battle once again of the forwards as Dagan gets this ball moving. Fantastic passing coming through, playing it short. It is Van Vreden. Now Ocamp letting the ball do the work here, feeding it to Devenish. This is such a great start here into the second half. Mukwena just took his eyes off the ball. There was Mukwena. And nonetheless, he'll be happy with the start once again from his side. They started it off on a similar pattern in the first half. There's Chaba Mukwena, the captain of this Wits side. He was also showing us flames in the first half, bringing everything together for his side. And this is what you can expect from also the Castle Lager Pirates Cup. And as you know, it all comes together with a castle. And as we get ready for the first scrum for the second half, ball coming through Pahati. Penalty advantage. And it's a penalty given now for this Wits side. They're working hard, communicating, binding properly. They had a major issue in the first half was Dagan, Alicia, and Sibusiso Shongwe. But it seems like whatever they have decided together has really come into fruition. Looking at the front row, these three men collectively have 142 kgs all combined, and they are going against the likes of Glass and Keys and Fenyana, who have a total of 190 kilograms. So they should be dominating this entire front row battle. But it seems like these youngsters, the Davids that we would call them, are having the time of their life, showing that age is just a pure number and size means nothing in rugby. It's all about heart and it's all about technique. Another great ball. And no is the referee's call. Obstruction is the call. And looking at the man who has put the structures in place for this Wits side, it is the one and only Mr. Hugo van Aas, the man who has a great deal of not only coaching history, but also playing history as well. The man who has a history of playing 100 caps for the Lions and Transvaal, and also coached the Blue Bulls Currie Cup team last year. You can get to see why this Wits side is well structured. He is the man who's going against the head coach of the Wonders Club, Mr. Neil Khalife, the man who stands for building structure and building teams. He's building a great side from a Wanderers point of view, who are currently sitting perfectly and comfortably in the third position. And they are currently letting the ball do the work. And we've seen it in the last few fixtures. The synergy from the forwards right through to the back line with the scrum half who's combining well is Soso Kligwa. Not only can he be a scrum half, he can also be a player that is used out of position. And we saw it earlier with Tain Japan, who had to receive some medical attention. Now Soso Kligwa has come through as a replacement fly half with Harty coming through and taking over the scrum half position. Now Ocamp takes it himself to Patterson, feeds the ball to Mokoena, and another ball to Matolweni. This is great hot running here to Piwa. This is great ball movement off and on the field here. Ferreira playing it short to Menkes. Now Ocamp opting to go to the opposite side. Great big ball carry coming through there. Now Ocamp looking for various options. Feeds it to Ferreira again. Just a few meters short is Ferreira. Playing it again to Van Vreden. Great patient build up here. From this Wits side, ball lost in contact. The referee will definitely bring that one earlier for that penalty. Now Wits in a great position, feeding it to Ferreira. He is a player who likes to run straight and keep that line really compact. And the ball's fumbled there by Degan. That's a turnover ball for the visitors. And this will definitely calm down the blood pressure from the men from Wanderers, who nearly had a heart attack with that line break that came through by Sechaba Mokoena. We saw it coming through. It all started with Ocamp once again. He's definitely one of my key contenders for the man of the match. He's been a dynamic player. We saw it earlier coming through from the backside of the 22-meter. He literally rotated from the front right through to the back, looked for an option, and that long ball coming through by Patterson. The synergy between the fly half and the scrum half from a Wits point of view has been by far one of the key contributing factors to the style of play and also the ball movement that is literally getting the centers to collaborate well and the wings to have an opportunity to go at the defensive line. Now Harty hoping to exit the ball, plays it rather short to the ever so confident Richard Engworth. Now Crowe playing the ball there to Malebe. And the chase is on there. And now Mokoena takes it as a Mokoena finds a teammate. Great ball movement here by Wits. It was Matloeni who will be happy with the referee's decision for the high tackle infringement. Whenever Sechaba Mokoena, captain, fantastic, gets the ball, it's all about meters for him. He's constantly looking for those key moments to penetrate the defensive line. And once again, he nearly showcased some miracles for his side. And this is the place where dreams are realized and skill sets are shown with Ocamp. Coming onto a heavy load of traffic is Ocamp. Wits still has the ball. And the call by Makakula is still a penalty. It seems like he might have to hang 10 is one of the players from the Wanderers club. Is still on the ground. And it is Kahle Konsi. And interestingly enough, he's a former Wits rugby player himself. And we're all probably wondering if does he miss his home turf as he's sitting down. Probably memories of him. But the level of support that is coming through around this Wits rugby stadium is also tremendous. The families have come out in numbers. Some have driven all the way from Ilovo to support the Wanderers club. And some of the students have also come out in the numbers to support their local alma mater. And as you can see it all comes down together with the castle. We're still in the Castle Lager Pirates Rugby Challenge. And as you can see, it smiles galore all around because the taste is so good. And as we all know, it all comes down together with the castle as Wits are trying to put it together again. They're trying to suck this Wanderers side into the small. Orkham finally takes it out. Engwood, fantastic at the defensive breakdown. Now Ferreira, still using the ball here. It's a turnover ball. Great work at breakdown by CPU and Mazibugo. No wonder is playing in the red zone. Fantastic dancing feet. He was trying to set up more Tusi. And we are all wondering if was he going to do the Tsipa. And he's getting it underway once again. Is Malebe, the try scorer. Decides to lose the ball in contact. But nonetheless, they'll be happy. They're currently out of the red zone. And it's no longer a heated place for them at the moment. They're really struggling earlier, trying to get their composure in, getting the team synergy. But unfortunately, they're finally able to hold on to the ball. And they have another opportunity to redeem themselves, are the men from Wanderers. And you can see they're trying to bring in the super subs, other men from Wanderers. They might just bring in the likes of Torres, the former Alberton player, or the likes of Clint Anthony. They call him Bubbles. So it's quite interesting. Maybe he might just bring a little bit more Bubbles into this play. They do need a bit of more reinforcement, like also the likes of Rutherford, the former Sharks school player, who also played under the esteemed coach Plumtree. And he'll be a force not to be reckoned with. One thing I can absolutely tell you, he is a player that played within the structures in KwaZulu-Natal. And one thing that we all know with the men from KwaZulu-Natal is they're really hard, solid, and they love running into contact. And he'll be one of those players they'll be hoping to bring into this encounter. But Harty will be hoping to get the likes of Soklikwa to be moving the ship. Great hard defensive line by Orkamp again. Mazibugo taps. He has an opportunity here by Mazibugo. Takes it himself. Big boy carry and great evasion there by Mazibugo. And Harty coming through, but a bit too Harty and a bit too heated by him. He lost the ball in contact, was Harty. He had the perfect stew, ladies and gentlemen. He had the lamb roast in the oven, but unfortunately, I think he just might have missed some Robertson spice there. But unfortunately, that ball was lost forward. But they'll still be happy. They're still within the 5-meter line and the 22-meter line, my apologies, of this Wits side. And now Okamp will be receiving some medical attention. I think if I had an extra view of Okamp from Wits, I'll definitely put him on DSTV channel. He's one of those dynamic, interesting, flavorful scrum halves that you'll find in the country. He has been all over this field, finding the gaps, letting the ball do the work, and setting up Patterson consistently. And this is what you need from a scrum half's point of view. A man of vision, passing is precise, and the third element is to just let the ball do the work. And I think if we look at those three dynamics, he was able to not only put it into practice, but to also perfect it. But not taking away also from Sokligwa in the first half, when he was still playing within the scrum half position. He was also producing magic, just like Magic Mike the movie. He had all the time in the world to cast his own spell. And it's just unfortunate from his end that his side is still trailing behind. And it's good to see Ockham back on his field. Oh, Patterson plays it long once again to Mukwena. Feeds it to Matloweni. Evades two, still going. Matloweni! And the referee is in the way of Imote Jonjimali, is what they'll say in isiZulu. And I'm sure you're wondering, what is Imote Jonjimali? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen, I also don't know what is Imote Jonjimali, but one thing I can assure you is he's definitely trying to steal the show. Is Liam Matloweni. He is like the cheetah of this side. When I say cheetah, I mean the animal, not the cheetah 101 that we used to watch on DSTV, especially on TLC. He is literally one of those players that has surprises after surprise in his back pocket. Now Patterson playing it long to Van Vreden. Great off the ball movement by Wits, changing direction now. Mukwena feeding it once again to Kiwa. And brought that whole play back once again as the referee. It's another penalty. And Wits will have another opportunity to take a moment to breathe. They have opted to go for poles. Is Desmond Peterson. He's also been such a joy to watch as a fly half. Desmond Peterson, the man who's currently studying medicine at the university, a former Grey player as well. They call him Dr. Des, and he'll be hoping to Des his way on this ball over the poles to add another point to the scoreboard. And the height is there, and it's over. And it's another three-pointer that is added to the scoreboard by Desmond Peterson. And the question is, will the away side be able to produce another try to give them a bit more hope in the second half? And a great take there by Ferreira again. Wits looking at recycling the ball. They're looking for options. We're hoping to set up Menkes there, but unfortunately couldn't find him. The found wanting are the men from Wits, and Menkes was one of those players who was looking for an opportunity. Now he has another opportunity here for this Wits side, who has made a change at Dagan, the Maritzburg College former player. He has made way for Sihle Chwara, who's coming in as a replacement. And it's another retake there from a scrum's point of view. The referee Makakula setting up. And as we saw earlier on, Patterson has another opportunity to add in another 3 points, and he was awarded that opportunity and made great use of it. Now Harty hoping to set up another well-cooked meal. Fantastic feed there by Harty. Now finally gets it out, is Harty. Masibo was moving around in circles, and so Krieger was hoping to produce a well-practiced move. Now Wits have turned the ball over. Okam sees that there's no one at home, and the chase is on him. Kiza is going for it as well. Fenyana was also one of those key players, and a fantastic ball there by Okam. And now has given this Wits army another opportunity to hopefully produce something special again. A fantastic line, and the sucking in of the players was really well. Now Okam seeking for that ball. Plays it short to Menkes. Now Okam looking for various options again. They still have a penalty advantage. Looking for precision and passing are the men from Wits. But the play just halted for a second. As one of the Wits players just hoping to receive some assistance. It is Keith Kiwa, whose off-the-ball movement has really been an absolute joy to watch. And in this chilly weather of just 16 degrees Celsius, all the supporters still prefer to bring their blankies. Some are even wearing onesies. And some have hot water bottles to watch the second half encounter, as Wits now has another opportunity to produce something special. Runs into a heavy traffic from Wanderers, who might have turned this ball away and turned it over. And yes, is a call by the referee Harty, looking to exit. Now Crow sends along brilliantly. That would alleviate a bit more pressure from this Wanderers side. They came into this encounter full of confidence. Are the men from Wanderers. They had a major win against Rudaport, winning that encounter with just 60 points to 24. Now they'll be hoping to respond. Big boy carry by Michael Mkize. Now Harty Sokiwa playing it short to the dynamic Engworth. A big point carried by the captain, Zulu, who for a moment passed the ball into no man's land. It seems like the Wi-Fi was not necessarily connecting Zulu and his teammate. And it seems like at the moment he has another opportunity. Is Brett Crow, who sends that ball high and long and gives his side another opportunity to hopefully produce a spectacular finish to this encounter. It is 17 points for the home base side, and Wanderers still on 8. Kize plays it long. Great synergy. Hottie. Sokikwa plays it short to Engworth. Great ball retention by Engworth and evasion. Sokikwa playing it to another phase. Fantastic work there by Rutherford to just come on as a replacement. We spoke about him earlier. Man who went through the Sharks structure under Mr. Plumtree is coming in as an explosive player. I think this is exactly what this Wanderers club needed. Some fresh legs. Not taking away from the older legs that are in the field, but that freshness is actually what they needed. They have an opportunity now to go for goal. And it is Crow who has another opportunity to utilize this ball. Scans for his target. The height is there, but missed again. Rather interesting miss there by Crow. And as the African proverb says, that it's not about how you start, but it's about how you finish. The question we're all asking ourselves is, will this Wanderers side be able to finish strong and surprise the home base supporters? The Wanderers trying to retain the ball here, playing it short to the left-hand side. They're still setting up structure. So Kigwa runs into a heavy load of traffic there. Is Sokhiwa. Now Hunter playing it short to Engworth, who has all the time in the world. Is awarded another penalty. Is Engworth. And he'll now be the man who will take over the kicking duties. And he'll set up his side in a great position to produce a well-practiced line out and hopefully convert that line out into a try, since this is what they desperately need at this moment. Kize plays it short to De Jesus. Now still moving uphill here are the men from Wanderers. The linesman calls it out. The off-the-ball movement by the loose forwards, like the likes of Sondiana and Moore, and De Jesus from a Wanderers point of view, is synchronized well. Now Wits bringing in the replacement who was eagerly letting his presence be felt. Ball is long. The wonder is Malebe sees a gap, takes it himself. It bounces, not going his way, finally comes back to him. That's an interesting ball there. Now Engwith. A setup. JJ is what they call him. So Kliwa. Gooses. No wonder is gaining momentum. And this is what you like to see from a Wanderer's point of view. Ball retention. And also looking to penetrate those gaps that they could find within the Wits defensive pattern. And Wits desperately needs to start communicating a bit more and not conceding unnecessary penalties. And the men from Wanderers have another opportunity to put their heart and soul. As the referee, Makakula, is still having another word with the assistant referee, looking for a bit more direction. It seems like the assistant referee, Mr. Lebakang, still sharing a few words, but it seems like it's a penalty. But Wonder is playing it short to Mkize. Now Harty looking for the new man, Mongana. Coming through as a replacement is Mongane. They've even added a few more fresh legs like the likes of Rashia. A penalty is another call from the referee. Wanderers still has another opportunity here, and it seems like the referee Makakula is wanting to have a few words with Sechaba Mokwena, the captain. I'll play short to Mkize. Hardy changing directions to Engworth. Now fast ball movement here coming through. Unfortunately, Matusi ran to a solid line of defense. Ngobese, the new replacement, was hoping to get over the game line, but found wanting in that regard. Wits has another opportunity to restructure. Within the last 7 minutes, will Wits be able to produce something miraculous to get their home base supporters back on their feet again? It is Zungu, a man who had another opportunity to showcase his talent. It's trying to set up structure with the Wanderers men, not hoping for structure, but hoping for chaos. Fantastic long ball coming through now with the replacement coming. It is Mongana changing direction now. Here's the ball going through. Sokligwa chasing up that ball. A fantastic block by the one and only Patterson. Was able to assist his side to hold on to the ball. Now Wits hoping to exit out of the red zone. They have been in their own half for the last 5 minutes, which might make them be under a lot of pressure. Now Engworth goes for a little chippy. That's an easy ball for Mokoena. He looks for precision and knows a call from the referee will be brought all the way back towards the 22-meter. And as you can see, Mokoena not just really satisfied with that exit kick. He still has his side under siege here. And as the likes of Mangana, the likes of Ngobese have come through from Wanderers. Crisp line out. Sokligwa. Masibugo runs into a heavy traffic. Still ball is retained by Wanderers. Now Harty changing directions to Mongana. Now lights off there. Given out by Chris Moore. But unfortunately, his side has lost the ball. We're just under 5 minutes left of the second half. And it might just be worth saying that it seems like the home base side will hold on to this victory. Or can the visitors, the men from Ilovo, be able to produce some sugar? That will be a sweetener to this encounter. It is a cold evening, so you cannot have tea or coffee with just no sugar or honey. Will they be the honey that will even put a smile to the supporters' faces? Unfortunately, once again, Makakula has to have a talking to the new front rows, as the likes of Dwara, Klute, Songlishe, Mangana, Rutherford and Meritz. They are the gents who are going up together, and it's still David versus Goliath at the Castle Lager Pirates Rugby Challenge 2024, where everything is coming together for the men from Wits, and even the referees are still running their lungs out. And it's all because of Best Med as well. The medical scheme was taking good care of our referees. And that ball, proudly sponsored by Gilbert, was come on as one of the partners for this fantastic challenge. No wonder is evading and goosing, and he's still going. Fantastic footwork, dancing to his own tune by Rihanna. He's trying to shine bright like a diamond. But that diamond is already being processed here. Now taking it again is Matusi. Hoping to possibly get another man of the match. Now Hardy trying to cook up his perfect Sishebo. Sokligwa playing it to Engworth. Runs into a solid tackle. Now they're still going here. Other men from Santon awarded another penalty. Opts for a quick tap and go. It's Harty. And he gets it. We've been talking about it the whole evening. He's been hoping to cook up the spices, Harty. And he finally is able to get that curry mixture. And just look at the build up there. Harty was awarded a penalty. Opts to tap it himself, finds a caps, loops around it, And there you have it. It seems like his side was able to produce possibly what could be the last try of this encounter. And right now, I'm sure the men from Wits inside and in their minds, they are all singing the song by Buster that I've got a feeling that tonight is definitely going to be a good night for them. And in the last few minutes, it's still anyone's game. It's just a 2 points difference. Anything can happen at this moment. Wits might just find themselves in a difficult situation should the men from Wanderers be awarded a penalty in their half. Now Engwards was moved in to a fullback position, looks to get a few more meters and is awarded that well-worked gift. The try scorer, Elisha Kwitonda. He'll be hoping to execute this encounter. Now Wits has an opportunity here to redeem themselves. Great dancing footwork here coming through by Kiwa. Now Wits still has the opportunity to utilize something special, especially with the replacement who just come through. It is Drew Bennett, who's hoping to possibly do something special. And as we all know, Desmond Pedersen will choose at any given moment to opt for Pauls. And there's a new saying in South Africa that goes, it's what he does. And this is what he does. But this might just be the commentator's curse should he miss it. And please do not hold me accountable, as he's hoping to put an end to this encounter with possibly the kick of the game. I'm sure as you at home right now, you're with me as I'm literally doing the tipa at the moment, as the height is there. And he misses it. And I may have counted my eggs way too early, but not for the men from Wits, who walk away as the victors and making sure that they put their foot down at home and sealing the victory. And it is just a 2-point victory, but well done as well to the away side. The Chiefs is what they're normally known for, but it's the Wanderers Rugby Club. We have finished this encounter with 15 points. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the end of the Castle Lager Pirates Rugby Challenge on the 17th of May with the kickoff at 9 p.m. And guess what? This is what you can expect. Pure class rugby and entertaining rugby broadcasted to you live on your preferred YouTube channel. Continue to follow us on YouTube, Instagram and Facebook on the Castle Lager Pirates Rugby Challenge. And this is where you get all the updates and all the upcoming fixtures for your satisfaction. And this is the one and only Mr. Sazingobo saying it's been a proud, pleasing pleasure and a privilege to be alongside you. So we say, Asieni, Enkosi, Nilale Gahle, good night and see you soon.